Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Tania Johnson. I'm a registered psychologist, registered play therapist, co-founder of the Institute of Child Psychology. Today, we're going to be chatting about parenting and ADHD. So research consistently highlights the importance of parental education when it comes to ADHD. Not only does it help us to improve the lives of our kiddos, but it cuts down on parental stress. With the right tools and knowledge, you can make a massive impact in your child's life. The key is consistency. Welcome back to our channel where we talk about everything parenting. Parenting is already challenging. And let's be honest, ADHD adds this whole extra layer of complexity. Often I find that parents are already doing the right things. We just need tiny little tweaks to make the world of difference. Before we dive into the strategies, let's just take a quick moment to talk about ADHD. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder that impacts millions of kids around the world. It often shows up as difficulty focusing, difficulty controlling impulses, and sometimes as a ton of energy. These traits can make daily routines and tasks pretty tricky when it comes to parents and kids. But it's important to remember that ADHD is not bad behavior. Rather, it's a different way of processing our world. And there's so many gifts in it. When we start to understand that it's a different way of seeing the world, it helps us to parent from a more compassionate place. Okay, so here are our 5 strategies. First up, routines. Kids with ADHD thrive on structure. Knowing what comes next helps them to feel secure and less overwhelmed. Create daily schedules that include things like wake-up time, meals, playtime, homework, time to practice the piano, whatever it may be that fills up their day. Make it visual. A colorful chart or even sticky notes can do wonders. There are a whole lot of wonderful apps out there too that can help with this. Here's one of our pro tips. Don't stress if the routine isn't perfect right away. It's about progress, not perfection. Start really small. Start with a chunk of your day. So if we're going to start creating schedules, start with your morning and just do the morning routines. And then we can start to build out a little bit. Again, remember consistency is key, but flexibility when needed is absolutely okay. And involve your kiddo in creating that routine. Let them decorate the chart or pick the colors, the different activities, help you to choose the app. If you're using an app, the more involved they are in it, the more invested they're going to be long term. Research backs us up too. Consistent routines significantly reduce stress and behavioral issues in children with ADHD. It's worth the time, stick with it. Okay, quick example. I have a mom at clinic who uses sticky notes for her kiddo to create a fun morning routine. So as soon as he's done brushing his teeth, he peels it off. Then when he has his book bag ready, he peels off the sticky note. So we've turned what was a stressful morning into something that's really fun and helps to connect the two of them. Next, let's talk about tackling tasks. Big projects or chores can feel overwhelming for anyone, but particularly for kids with ADHD. The trick? Break it down into smaller, bite-sized steps. So instead of saying, clean your bedroom, start smaller and say, let's pick up all of your clothes and put them in the hamper first. Let's pick up your books and put them back on the bookcase. Small little steps. And remember to take breaks. Positive reinforcement is huge. So in between tasks, sit down, have a cuddle, chat a little bit, maybe get a snack if it was a bigger task. All of those things promote connection and say to your kid, you're doing great right now. Again, research supports this approach too. Breaking tasks into smaller parts, it helps kids with ADHD stay focused and complete tasks more effectively. Speaking of rewards, let's focus on positive reinforcement. Kids with ADHD often hear tons of no's and don'ts and why did you do that, which absolutely chips away at their sense of self-confidence. It's up to us as their parents to flip the script. Instead of pointing out what's wrong, celebrate what's right. Say things like, oh, wow, you worked so hard on your assignment today. Or say, I loved that you cooked with me tonight. It was really great. These moments build self-esteem and encourage more good behavior. And again, this isn't fluffy. There's hard research to support this. The research shows that positive reinforcement is one of the most effective ways to improve behavior in children with ADHD. It shifts the focus from what's wrong to their strengths and to their accomplishments, which is so sad because often our children with ADHD receive the exact opposite. Strategy number 4, movement breaks. So many of us might know about movement breaks, but I want us to become more aware of when kids are sitting still for long periods of time. Is it at homework? Is it that piano lesson we spoke about earlier? Is it at the doctor's room? Is it at restaurants? And very often we react and say, why are you hitting your brother? Or why are you squirming? Get them up and moving before their behavior starts to manifest in different ways. Go for a walk around the restaurant with them. Find something for them to do in the doctor's room. Get them moving. And as we talk about movement, I also want you to start to think about how we can incorporate movement on a daily basis for them. Find something that they love, whether it's swimming, whether it's qigong, whether it's yoga, whether it's traditional taekwondo. Find something that teaches them that I am at my best when my body is moving on a daily basis. This is lifelong self-care for them. And again, the research shows that physical activity can significantly improve focus and reduce hyperactivity in children with ADHD, which is why we never want them missing recess or gym class to sit outside the office. Our ADHD kids need to move to be at their best. And last, but definitely not least, empathy. Parenting a child with ADHD can be exhausting, it can be frustrating, but remember, they're not giving you a hard time, they're having a hard time. So step back, take that deep breath, use your regulation to help calm them, breathe and think about what might be happening for them. Think about what might be going on from their perspective. Acknowledge what's happening for them emotionally. This is really frustrating for you. Let's figure out how we can move forward together. These small moments of being seen is what our children with ADHD often miss. We can be this person for them. It does mean looking after yourself though, so that you can come in full and that you can actually step back and respond instead of react. A big part of this, as mentioned at the beginning, is educating yourself about ADHD. The more you understand, the better equipped you will be to support your kid. Read books, join support groups, talk to other parents going through similar experiences. You're not alone in this. You don't have to do this alone. And since we've quoted the research in all the other points, there's research here too. Studies highlight that when we are able to empathetically communicate with our children, it strengthens the parent-child relationship and long-term reduces conflict, which is absolutely essential for helping our kids with ADHD. Before we wrap up, let's talk about some of the common pitfalls. Sometimes we get so focused on the routines and the strategies that we forget to be flexible, and we forget that the nugget is actually connection. Your connection has to come first, and then the other things will start to fall into place. Avoid being overly critical. Kids with ADHD are trying their best. They need encouragement. They need you. They need to be seen. They need encouragement, not constant correction. Mistakes are going to happen both for your child and with you. Learn, adapt, reflect, apologize when needed, and keep moving forward. And there you have it. 5 strategies to help your kiddo with ADHD. We have a full-length course on ADHD, which I'll link in the description. Be sure to join us again. Thank you so much.